And a very good day to you. And it is wonderful to have you on the program. You know, as I'm talking now, my producers are telling me that there's a slight noise in the background. You know what it is? It is rain on the roof, because we've got a tin roof and it is awesome. I hope you're having good rain wherever you are at the moment. I've never ever complained about rain as a farmer. No rain, no food. So we thank God for his rain. Today I want to speak to you about walking the talk. And if we go to Psalm 37, 2 verses, verse 27 and 28. Depart from evil and do good, and dwell forevermore. For the Lord loves justice and does not forsake his saints. They are preserved forever. But the descendants of the wicked, they shall be cut off. The righteous shall inherit the land and dwell in it forever. We need to have a good testimony as believers. We've got to walk the talk. Many people tell me when they don't go to church, and I say, why are you not going to church? They say the hypocrisy that they're finding in the church. Now, I know some people that don't want to go to church will use anybody or anything as a bad example. But there is some truth in it. It's no good going to church on a Sunday morning and praising the Lord, raising your hands, and on Monday, you don't pay your accounts, or you don't live the life that the Lord expects from you, to love your fellow man. Now, we need to understand that it is our lifestyle that impacts people more than even what we say. And I want to just tell you about two people. One is Robert Moffat. Robert Moffat came from Scotland, and he formed a missionary station in the Northern Cape of South Africa. Now, Robert Moffat wanted more strong, young, zealous men to preach the gospel in Africa to the lost. He had a tremendous love for the African people. He got on a ship. It must have taken him 3 months to get back to Bonnie, Scotland. And he was given a crowd of people to speak to in a midweek meeting. He walked into the church. There was a line of old white-haired ladies in the front row. Nothing against the white-haired ladies. I love you very much, and the Lord loves you even more. But he was looking for strong young men that could take the rigors and the weather and the diseases and the pests of Africa in those days. And he was trying to share the vision that he had for the lost in Africa. And he was wondering, why am I speaking to these people? But he was doing good. He was obeying what God had told him to. What he didn't see was the lady that was playing the organ, because they sang a couple of hymns before and after his talk, was a young 13-year-old Scottish boy who was pumping the organ. They used to pump it at the back. What was his name? Dr. David Livingstone, probably the most famous missionary ever to walk on the soil of Africa. So Robert Moffat was doing good, and the Lord used that good to bring a man to Africa who was instrumental in abolishing the horrific slave trade. What you and I need to do is just do what God tells us to do. You say, well, I'm not doing much. Well, Hezekiah Ham was an evangelist in America, and he preached a message, and a 16-year-old boy who wanted to be a professional baseball player went to one of his meetings and gave his life to the Lord. And who was he? Dr. Billy Graham. Keep doing good. Goodbye.